is so like so heartwarming for me to feel. But anyway, enough humble bragging from me. Anyway, so we played friendlies with him and we did King of the Hill because like we recognized that we didn't want to like bore him or anything. So he shouldn't, like, we were all there to play him obviously. So, and there were like 4 or 5 of us on one setup, but he was super cool about it. I've run into him at a few regionals I've gone to too. Invasion 17, the tournament I'm training for right now, in Connecticut. I ran into him at Invasion 6 as well. I didn't get to chat with him that time, but I got a picture with him. You know, said hi to him and stuff. And he won that tournament. That was like my first breakout tournament. That was the first time I ever played Corrin. I took for a long time, like my biggest kryptonite was Meta Knight when I was just playing solo Roy, and I like at one of our big regionals I played a PR Connecticut Meta Knight by the name of Baroness. Absolutely scraped me. Like, it was the most humiliating loss I'd ever suffered at that point in my career. So I was like, I got to do something about this character. I had troubles with Meta Knight. There was a local Meta Knight player who, even though most people would consider me better than him, I wasn't able to beat him. Celestrio. He does all the filmmaking for our region now. He's a super awesome guy. Air Force vet. One of the nicest people I've ever met in the community. We're honored to have him document all of our events. But before he was doing that, he played Meta Knight, and I would always struggle against him. And it wasn't like a little bit like here or there. Like, I was 0-8 against him over the course of a year, and I was like, I gotta do something about this. So Corrin had just come out about 2 weeks ago. I like Corrin as a fighter. I think she's very well designed. I hate her character. Her character is very, very stale in Fire Emblem. Very static, doesn't change much. One of the worst designed protagonists in terms of story. I love the way oh, nice 2-frame. I love the way she fights, though. I think it's super unique as a first sword fighter. So anyway, Corrin had just come out. I was in a hotel in Montreal. This was before I had a Wii U. I was on 3DS for a very long time. Just because I couldn't afford one. I didn't get a Wii U until I got sponsored by a local organization, actually. And they provided me with one. I just would not play on 3DS in tournament, but play 3DS at home, go to tournaments with a GameCube controller, and see what I could do. But, so Corrin had just come out. I was sitting in a Montreal hotel room. I'd gone to like a Canadiens game with my family or something. I was like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna pick up Corrin. We're gonna play Corrin because I like the way she fights. I don't have to like her character. I like the way she fights. And we're gonna learn the Meta Knight matchup. So I played on that hotel Wi-Fi for a long time with a Meta Knight main I knew. Through Discord, back when I was really active on Discord, like ran a crew and stuff. And that was kind of the story. I ran into Baroness at that Invasion tournament, Invasion 6, the same one Mr. E won, and I 2-1'd him. And that was like my first good tournament. I got 17th, I believe. And lost to Hazmat, 0 to death, his Bayonetta. Hazmat's also from the Capital region, but he does a lot more like professional stuff. He commentated at CEO. He's a very, very good tournament organizer. Hold on, I gotta let my dog out, then I'll continue the story. But I'll always remember that set because he actually paused in it, like on accident. It was the first time I'd ever... Yeah, I'm very familiar with Hazmat. He was the first person I ever commentated with, actually. He's from our local area, but he doesn't live there anymore. Very good Bayonetta. He 2-1 me, but it was really, really good set. I caught him off guard game 1. Like, I absolutely destroyed him game 1. He just never played a good Roy before. And then he calmed down a little bit, adapted, and, you know, beat me. But I got through Baroness. I got through a PR'd Cloud. I've never lost to a Cloud in tournament. That was the moment I realized, like, my Roy is really, really good against Cloud. And so Baroness paused on game 3 on Duck Hunt. And I was like, oh, well, that's it, I won. But then he asked me, like, can we just play it out? And I was, like, nervous or whatever, so I agreed to it. I agreed to it, and I actually ended up beating him. But like I was super afraid that like, oh, like I'm not gonna win, and then they're gonna say like, well, why didn't you like take the set? Or I was afraid something weird was gonna happen. But he said afterward he would have paused, or he would have given the set to me even if he had won. He just wanted to see like if I had actually beaten him, because he remembered absolutely bodying me a few months earlier. And Invasion, for that reason, I always have memories of that tournament. One of my favorites. I always have just memories of it. So for that reason, I've been trying to go back to another one. It's been a long time. Like I said, I'm not here in this area very often during the school year. So after about 11 or so, I think I went to one other one, but I didn't do too great at it. But I'm finally looking to return next weekend. Obviously going to stay home and watch Evo. But I've improved a lot since then. A lot of it's been mental improvement, you know, getting my feel, getting my zen in the game. Roy's a very flow character. He's not a lot of memorizing what percents this works. Like Fox, that's why I'm struggling so much to learn Fox, because he's very flowcharty, very and that's okay. Like I don't mind characters like that. I like Fox a lot. It's not my style, so I'm really struggling to learn him. But I want like one top tier in my arsenal, at least for Diddy. I struggled with Diddy a lot the last few weeks, but that was the moment I was like, okay, you know, Roy can't do it alone. I hadn't played Lucina. I only like recently started playing Lucina again, like seriously. I'd always had a Lucina because she was my first main. Like up until Roy came out, I played her exclusively. No, I had Falco too, but I don't play him seriously anymore. But I dual main the two of them, but now it's shifted back to playing a little bit more Roy. I find whether I'm here in the capital region, I play Corrin just as much. Capital region has a lot of defensive, spacing-oriented players, while I'm up at school, I play almost all Roy actually. But because up north, number 2 on the PR, he just graduated though, so he won't be on the PR anymore, unfortunately. He was a Corrin main, and when his Corrin started being able to beat mine, and people figured out the matchup and like started being able to beat him too, so my Corrin, which was worse than his, started lagging behind. It took a while. It was probably like the second semester I completely stopped playing her. But now that I'm home again, I've played her a lot more. Sometimes more so than Roy, just because there's so many matchups down here that either people just like have watched me develop, so they know how my Roy works and what I like to do. And a lot of people play characters that I just don't like playing Roy against, even offline. Bayonetta, Ike, Charizard, I don't like Roy against. But for the most part, he, you know, he gets me through into top 12, top 8 for the most part. But I still have to be careful.